Hello everyone, happy day to you. I hope all is well. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel. My name is Talisha and I also go by CreativiTeeByT, and today's video, you already know if you've read the thumbnail, it's another pattern haul. Yes it is. Yes it is. I shared a recent pattern haul where I focused mainly on simplicity patterns. I picked those patterns up while I was on vacation, and as soon as I got those patterns in, Me and McCall's and New Look had produced their fall patterns, and I wanted to pick some up. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you like these type of videos from me, and if you prefer this type of content, and subscribe to the channel so that you can be notified of future videos. And without further ado, let's go ahead and go through these patterns. The first pattern that I have here is McCall's 8602, and this is a Mrs. Dress pattern with sleeve variations. So super cute. I really love the style of this dress, and it's nice and flowy. It's not form-fitted. It has gathers underneath the bust area, and then it has this section here where it almost looks like a bra connected to it, if you can see that right here. And I thought that was a cute style. Now I will say that because I'm busty, that might be of a concern for me, but I am going to, test out the fit and make sure that looks right. I really love this dress, and I want to make it very soon. I think it was super stylish, cute, chic, and different. This is something that I don't recall seeing before. Now when I do make it, I would make either view A or view C because I like those sleeves better. So view A has the puffy balloon type of sleeve, and it's not too big, but it's nice, especially for the fall. And then view C has the ruffle at the bottom. Honestly, I'm leaning towards more of view A, the blue right here. And I would also have to lengthen this dress by at least 4 inches. So let's take a look at the line art in the back. So this here is the line art in the back, and it pretty much just looks like it does in the front. The description is Mrs. Baby Doll's dress with sleeve variation. I didn't mention the baby doll portion of it earlier. The fabrics that it suggests is challis, crepe, gauze, and poplin, and it does have a lining. Okay, so again, this is McCall's 8602. The next pattern is McCall's 8608, and the pattern description is Mrs. Asymmetric skirts, and I like it because it's long. It's long and flowy for the fall. It's going to cover up your legs, and you're still going to be able to wear your skirt. I also like view B with a color block option. Who doesn't love a color block? As far as the view that I would make, right now I don't think I would do the color block in the fall. I'm pretty simple, just go with a simple color. So I think I will go with view C, but let's go ahead and look at the line art in the back. So this is your line art in the back right here, and the suggested fabrics are going to be your challis, charmeuse, cotton blends, and crepe. And the difference between the garments are going to be your color block between view B standing out from views A and B, and then view C has a different length than views A and B. And again, this is McCall's 8608. The next pattern is McCall's 8610, and the pattern description is Mrs. Skirt and Top, and this is made out of knit fabric. I love it. I just think it's cute. I love how the hemlines are, with the scallop look, and I love the color block option. I really like how she's wearing that black and white. I think I would do something like green and pink, or, whatever, but I do like this. Now I will be honest and say that I don't think I would make this right now, but I do love the pattern, and because of the situation with the big five, and the possibility of them not being here very long, I don't know. I just kind of stopped watching that information, but I do want to have it in my stash when I am ready to make it. And like I said, I think it's super cute. I will go ahead and share with you the line art in the back. So here is your line art in the back, and the differences between A, B, C, D is A is solid all the way around, like meaning that they use one solid color, even though there's still going to be your lines there for the seams. And view B is your color block, view C is going to be your solid for the skirt, and view D is going to be your color block. So there's no difference in the actual construction. It's just a difference in how you put it together as far as your colors for the patterns pieces. So the formal description is Mrs. Fitted knit top and skirt. It suggests stretch knits only, such as cotton knit, jersey, ponte knit. And for me, I would only use a structured knit. So it would have to be a ponte or a Liverpool, or something like that. I just see this being kind of sloppy in a jersey, but that's just, or even a cotton knit, and so that's just my opinion. But if you want it to look nice like the pattern cover here, my suggestion to you would be to stay or stick with a structured knit. So again, this is McCall's 8610. Next up is a cutie patootie. This is McCall's 8621, and this is a vintage 60s reproduction, and the pattern description is Mrs. Dresses. I thought this was so cute on this pattern cover. I like all the views, but the view that I was extremely drawn to was view A, which is the one here in the middle. I like this ruffle thing going on at the bib or the yoke, whatever, they're calling in on this pattern. But I think it's so cute. I will say that the model looks nice, like here without the belt, and I typically do in those dresses as well. But when I look at the line art, it doesn't look as great as it does on her. So let's take a look at that. So here's the line art in the back. It looks like super boxy and not like a flare like hers does. So when I make this, because I am going to make it, I will just have to see how it lays on my body to decide if I want the flare put to it. But here's, again, like I said, the line art for the view that I want, which is view where is it? It's view A at the top here with a little ruffle. I think that's so cute, especially if you kind of like contrast the actual ruffle to make it stand out. So the suggested fabrics are going to be your crepe, crinkle cottons, lengthwise striped fabrics, linen, pique, printed silks or cotton, seersucker, and synthetic mixtures. Oh, and then for the collar and cuffs B, on view B, they suggest linen and pique, and then you have to use interface. But yeah, this is super cute, and it looks like an easy sew, minus maybe some parts of the sleeve at the cuff and things like that. But yeah, I definitely want to give this a go. And again, this is McCall's 8621. This next pattern is McCall's 8603. The pattern description is Mrs. Dress with hem variations. Now, when my husband saw this pattern, he said, no. And I was like, no, you listen to me. Hear me out. I purchased this dress for just one view, and that's view A. Although I do think that view C looks nice. I feel like view B is just not really something they should have put on the pattern cover. But that's just my opinion. I do like the bow in the back, but the bow is in every view. So yeah, I purchased this for view A. I think it would be pretty nice, just depending on the fabric that you use for it, maybe a solid black or something. But I think what I would like to do is raise up this hemline and just kind of like bring it up like the start of the opening to like my navel, and I think that would be super cute, and wear some leggings underneath with some high boots, like knee-high boots or something like that. And with that bow, I just think that would be a nice holiday party outfit or something like that, something to wear to church and still look chic and trendy, just as long as it's not like super big and swimming, so that it doesn't look like a church choir robe. But I do see the good in it. Like I said, I even see the good in this one. I just think it just depends on the fabric that you use. So let's look at the line art in the back. So here is the line art in the back, and the suggested fabrics are going to be your challis, charmeuse, crepe, and gauze. I don't know if I'd want to make that in gauze, but yeah. Again, this is McCall's 8603. Alright, so now we're moving on to the Know Me patterns, and the first one that I have to share is ME2140. The designer is Kishi B Style, and this is a dress, and I just think it's cute. It has a very interesting hemline. It has some nice line art, as you can see, around the bust, and it also has a zipper in the front. This view right here has more like inseam pockets, and this one has inseam pockets with some patch pockets down here, if you can see that. So yeah, you get some variety here, and it's like the perfect length for the fall, nice transitional type of dress. And yeah, I thought it was nice. So let's go ahead and look at the line art. So here is the line art, and actually the official description says Mrs. Shirt Dresses. You know, oftentimes you'll see shirt dresses with buttons, and so that's not the case with this one. The fabric suggestions are cotton, denim, micro suede, shirting, synthetic leather, and twill. And I think that would be perfect for this. I do have like some suede in my stash, and I actually have some of this fake faux leather, so I don't know. When I make it, I'll have to make a decision on which one I'm going to use, but I do like this style, and I will be making it. And again, this is ME2140. So the next pattern that I picked up by Know Me is ME2134, and the pattern description is Mrs. Trousers and shirts with sleeve variation. Now I picked it up because the trousers were interesting to me. I do have several wrap trouser pant patterns, but this one I feel like I like better, and I feel like it has a better coverage and for the size that I would need. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to get this. And so the pattern number, if I didn't say it, is ME2134, and this designer is So Bake Me. She's a new designer to me, but she looks very nice. So it's pretty obvious what the pants look like. There's a wrap, and then it comes around here to the floor. You have your pants that are going to the floor as well, so you know it's going to make for a very nice dressy pair of pants, especially if you make it in a silky type like a crepe back satin. And then you have the top. I have a simplicity pattern that I use all the time to make this type of top, but it does not have a sleeve to it, so I always have to go to one of my other patterns and add a sleeve. This pattern has the sleeve to it, so let's take a look at that line art. So here's the line art. So this is like a slouchy, you know, not, I guess maybe like a cowl neck type of look, and then you have your sleeve. So yeah, it's a very practical pattern, and even in her, you know, modeling, I mean, hers is like dressy. You could wear that to the office, you could wear that to church, you can run errands in it if you'd like, you know. So I think she did a really good job, whoever she is. I don't know her name, and I should have looked her up before sharing this pattern, but her Instagram is at So Bake Make. I think I said So Bake Me at first, but it is So Bake Make. All right, again, ME2134. Okay, so this next pattern is ME2134. This is by Alyssa Threads. I have made a couple of her patterns before, and the pattern description is unisex sweatshirts and shorts. So I have a couple of sweatshirt patterns, but nothing with a neckline like the view she is wearing, view B. Look at that neckline. Look how wide it is, how it stands up, and that's not like your average neckband. Now the husband over here wearing view A, he has the standard neckband. If that was all this pattern offered, I would not have picked it up. I picked it up basically because of her sweatshirt, and it has a drop shoulder as well. And yeah, I'm here for it. I'm loving it. So let's, oh, it also has the shorts. I don't wear shorts like that. I make maybe one pair of shorts a year, you know, for the summer, but I don't even sleep in shorts. Either it's a gown or they're pants. So but that's fine, you know, at least they're there, because, you know, people change their mind, and maybe one day I will. So let's look at the line art. So here's the line art in the back, and as you can see on this view A right here, how wide that neckband is. I'm really loving that. Okay, everything else is very typical. Like I said, drop shoulder, you know, and it is, like I said, it's still nice to have that other sweatshirt, but yeah, I'm feeling the style of this wide neckband. Now, the suggested fabrics are going to be fleece, ponte, sweatshirt fleece, terry knit, and the contrast in rib knit. But for me, I found a couple of blankets that I could use out of fleece that I could make this a sweatshirt, because outside of that, I don't think I could source any fabric locally or even online that would be, you know, reasonable in price to make it. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back to the store where I saw that throw those blankets and pick them up and get this made, because I have something else that's going to match it that you are going to love. So stay tuned. All right, so again, this is ME2131, and all sizes are in one pack, so that's a bonus. Make sure you trace your patterns. All right, moving on. Okay, so the next one is the start of the new look, which is new look 6817, and the pattern description is Mrs. Drape jacket and pants. The pants I did not really pay attention to. They are nice, but you know, it's just a bonus. I picked it up for the draped jacket, which I have several patterns like this, but what I liked was the cropped look on the side of view B, and then how it still drapes over the cropped hemline. So that's what I liked about that. View A is just a sleeveless version of it. I wouldn't make that in the fall unless I just wanted to pair like turtlenecks and things like that. You can certainly do that, but right now this is like the view that I'm looking for. I would make that in a ponte knit. And so yeah, I really like it. And while I could have just made that adjustment on the current pattern I have, if you know me, you know that I'm just not here for that sometimes. Like if I can just pay the money and, you know, get something like this. So let's look at the line art in the back. So here's the line art in the back, and the fabric suggestions are lightweight denim, lightweight linen, linen wool flannel, synthetic suede. Okay, there is a lining for A and B, which is going to be the jacket, and there's notions a 7-inch zipper for, and a hook and eye closure for the pants. But it's overall a really nice pattern. And again, this is new look 6817. So this next and last new look is new look 6743, and it's Mrs. Tops. So I picked this up because I'm actually liking this collar on view B and just view B. So there's two views, view A and view B. I like the sleeves for view A, which is this right here. But I like the collar for view B. She's wearing it, but her collar's kind of blending in, so I'll share with you right here. This is view B's collar. And there's nothing wrong with view B's sleeves. I just don't like how short. Like, you know, I don't really want 3/4 lengths in the fall, because my fall wardrobe is usually also my winter wardrobe, because the weather is very similar. It doesn't change too much. It's just cold, period. Yeah, I like it. And I don't know, let me see, when did this come out? This looks like it came out in 2022, so it's not new. But for whatever reason, I didn't notice it. And another thing I like about this is that it's a raglan sleeve. And also, this whole tie thing in the front is trending. So let's look at the line art. So here is the line art in the back, and the suggested fabrics are going to be your cotton types, poplin, vol silky types, lightweight denim, and lightweight linen. Okay, you do need notions for this. Again, this is New Look 6743. All right, so for the last one we have Vogue 2091, and this is another pattern that has all sizes in one package. So it comes in extra small to extra large, and this has been out for a minute. I don't know when it came out, but it's been out. It's not brand new release, but I just thought about the things that I'm doing this fall and winter already. I have a lot of things planned as far as like get-togethers and little functions, and what I'm going to do is make a pair of Ponte black pants and be able to make things that I can just change up, like tops or whatever, to, you know, just not have to make so many different things for these events, but just change up the top, or, you know, maybe the bottom or something like that. So I am attracted to view B. There's nothing wrong with view A. I have a pattern that I could make and it would look like view A, but like view B has the ties at the sleeve and it hangs longer, and I just like this like bubble hem that they've got going on here as well. And yeah, you see that, the ties, and this off the shoulder look is like doing it for me. This have, you know, one shoulder on, one shoulder off, or you could take it off both shoulders, or you could pull them up. So yeah, let's look at the line art in the back. So here is your line art in the back. It's so funny because the line art was on the right side of all the other patterns, and this Vogue has them on the left. But here's the line art, and as you can see, view B is much longer and it has the ties at your sleeve, but they both have the bubble hem for the top, and I am here for it. I am so here for it, loving it. The suggested fabrics are going to be your charmeuse, chiffon, crepe, georgette, and it does have a lining, which is going to be charmeuse, crepe, and it does suggest all body types, all body shape types. As you can see here in the symbol, it says welcome all, basically. So again, this is Vogue 2091. All right, everyone, so that is all for this fall pattern haul. You already know I'm gonna ask, which one was your favorite? Which patterns were you drawn to? Which patterns do you want me to make up? I know that I do a lot of shopping when it comes to patterns and fabric, and that I cannot make everything up like in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, but I just like to have the options available to me, and so that is why I picked these up. However, I do want your thoughts and opinions and feedback on which ones I should make for this fall. I do have a series coming up on the channel. It's the season 3 of Falling for Sewing, and I've got a lot of nice makes put together, you know, for you, so I'm excited to share that with you. And then after that, because I've already picked out some of those patterns that I want to use to make that come together, then I will like dive into these. So let me know in the comments below which ones you are feeling, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all my new and returning subscribers for your support, and I will see you in the next video, which will be soon. Bye.